Alright, what up, y'all? It's Metaphor back for more to kick the raw, represent everyone's you and not verse. You dig what I'm saying? I'm gonna do another video on perception, but another video, but this one is on perception, which is a spirit's tool on his spiritual tool belt. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna put another song out that y'all ain't heard yet. You dig what I'm saying? It's just a whole freestyle verse. You dig what I'm saying? We're just gonna appreciate the artistry. You ready? You ready?
I can't lose. Don't snooze,
Bypass your mind fast.
Clean it up like Colgate. I can't lose. Put me in the booth. Predatorial, editorial, assassin, slasher, moving like chattel. Mastermind stage channel. These emotions cause the evolution. Hands getting sweaty, feeling heavy, faster. Pay attention. Cold crush, don't fold up. High life like 101. Grown up like little buds. Planet rocks. Fuck the rat race. My life changed into movements. Mumble bitch, all that
back talk, subtle shit, get handled quick.
This is whom you versus solo god and the icky Von Dom. What would soul do? Cron cruise, can't lose.
Yeah,
Cron cruise, can't lose. Put me in the booth. Cron cruise, I can't lose. We can't lose. EYE. EY.
Ah. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, super duper fire. And my perception is I killed that. You dig what I'm saying? Cron Cruise put me in the booth. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, so perception, to get to the points of that. Perception is a point of view in a circumstance. So in turn, perception is a form of judgment. So how one is viewing one's personal action is also a perception. So how you act, you also have a perception of that. So if you're aware of one's actions and you're not, you know, stuck on the first floor, you see what I'm saying? Your elevator not stuck in the lobby, so to speak, then boom, you're going to have a perception of oneself. So you're aware of oneself, you have a perception of oneself. So keep this in mind. Equilibrium is necessary between reality and imagination. Utilize the proper perception and a circumstance can be better than one imagined about a real circumstance. With that being said, having no presupposing perception is generally best. So to presuppose would make oneself incorrect. You dig what I'm saying? So make sure you don't presuppose things whenever you're creating a perception. So awareness of a presupposed ideal should be made note of when dealing with perception. So if that is occurring, you want to at least make note of that if you realize that, oh, okay, I'm presupposing something. Number 1, perception is a powerful tool to utilize perception. I just said the same thing in one sentence. So perception is a powerful tool to utilize, pretty much is what I mean to say. One must have a point of view to have a perception, like I said earlier in the video. So, second of all, to have a valid perception, one's point of view must be accurate. You dig what I'm saying? So, becoming aware and to what extent one is aware will determine how well one perceives. So, how valid your perception is, how valid your point of view is. Can everybody actually come to each and every conclusion of what you said is that it's actually the truth? Can they go to the actual people you were speaking about that were in the real life circumstance and say that, hey, you know, this is what this, that, and the third said about you. Is this actually what happened? See what I'm saying? Oh, they can say that's the truth. You have a valid perception. If they can go to every single individual that you had, you see what I'm saying, spoke about in the circumstance, then in turn, you have a valid perception. If someone opposes what you're saying and they're saying that your point of view is invalid, then you have an invalid perception. You see what I'm saying? So you want to make sure you have all your ducks in a row. You want to make sure you have all things correct about the certain circumstance that you're speaking on. Make sure that you actually know the truth about the actual circumstance before you get to actually expressing what you think is the truth, what you feel is the truth. You want to have actual facts about what is the truth before you just get to spouting your perception out. So discernment is used by all aware beings. So with that being said, if one is aware, one has a perception, and with that being said, you have discernment. So to like I say, have that valid perception will let you know how well you also discern as well. Because if you can discern, if your own point of view is valid, then boom, you see what I'm saying? You have a valid perception. You see what I'm saying? So then number 5 would be aware to perceive in a valid manner. You see what I'm saying? So just continue being aware as a being that is able to. You see what I'm saying? Don't utilize your mind for things that it's not made for. You see what I'm saying? Not the things that it's not meant for. If it's not benefiting you, then you shouldn't utilize that perception. You see what I'm saying? Even if it's a perception that's like negative, this, that, and the third. If it's the truth and it's actually benefiting at the end of the day, because you actually say like this, that, and the third is going on, this negativity is going on, I have this certain perception, then boom, it becomes valid and it becomes beneficial because things actually create change by, opening your mouth and voicing them. You see what I'm saying? Closed mouths don't get fed, so to speak. So yeah, keep that in mind whenever you are, speaking up. You see what I'm saying? You want to speak up about things that are actually going on and become valid. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes people hear you say things that aren't true, and they tend to not believe you the next time you come around and actually say something that is true. You see what I'm saying? So then you get cut in that rock in the hard place between making a joke and actually being in reality, this, that, and the third. You see what I'm saying? So make sure your perception is valid. Make sure your point of view is valid. Make sure everybody in that circumstance that you're speaking on can actually say, yes, that is the truth. What this individual has said is the truth. You see what I'm saying? That actually is what happened. So just make sure everything is true whenever you're creating a perception. So that's the main thing you want to focus on with that. So pretty much the key to perception is, seeing all points of views in a circumstance. See, like you have a certain point of view, but there's also think about it. You have this point of view going this way. There's also an opposing point of view. There's also an inconjuncting point of view. There's a squaring point of view. And then there's a sextiling point of view that actually agrees with you. Think about it. There's that point of view here. That's a trine. You see what I'm saying? And it's that actually a trine would be like right here. So pardon me. A trine would be like this. It'd be a 120-degree angle. So it'd be like that agreeable circumstance. Okay, we have the same element. We agree on some things, not all the things. You see what I'm saying? So that'd be that trine element, and that'd be that trine angle. You see what I'm saying? It's that same exact thing whenever one is in maybe a business meeting. You're going to have someone directly opposing you. Think about the head of the table isn't directly opposing anybody, but everybody else at the table. See what I'm saying? Okay, think about this as the table. So I'm at the head of the table and everybody else in the table is opposing each other in their seats. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not opposing anyone. You see what I'm saying? I'm at a trine to everybody, or maybe at an in conjunction, or maybe even at a sextile if they're at the right angle. If you really know what you got going on. Geometry-wise type thing. And with that being said, just a little tip: if you're a CEO or at the head of the table, actually, thinking about buying a new table and where to place everybody, you want to have people that are closest to you at your little sextile angle. And then the second in command, after your second in command, your third in command, you want to have them at the triangle. You see what I'm saying? And then maybe you would even have that being that end of the table. That's it. And then the rest of the people maybe have like a wider part of the table, and then maybe be able to have them at a direct opposition with somebody. You see what I'm saying? These people in this part are direct oppositions, but then think about it as a square. You see what I'm saying? And then those people being opposed as well. So you could actually work it out in a whole different manner. You see what I'm saying? So it's also a square to the next person beside you. And then you think about it, if you misaligned the table a little bit, you made one end a little bit larger than the other, you could actually have one person in conjuncting another person. So it'd be it wouldn't be directly opposite to them. It'd be at this little in conjunction angle, this is odd, why is this table shaped like this? But they don't realize it because they're not into astrology like that, but you are. You see what I'm saying? Because you're the CEO. And that's the reason why you're the CEO, because you're into astrology. You know the reason why everybody do things. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, much love and holler back at me. Discernment, perception, attunement. See what I'm saying? Building up spiritual tool belt that you can learn about. Much love and holler back.